Okay, I am here at the movie theater to check out Miss Madam Web. Yeah, so I'll let you guys know what I think. Hello, Charlie. Okay, so, I just want to point this out. Sorry for wet hair. I just took a shower, okay? Unlike most gamers, I actually cleaned myself. So, Madam Web. Is it good or is it bad? Okay. So, I just want to go off and I want to say, coming into the theater, I thought that it wasn't going to be that good, okay? I saw the headline of Moist Critical's video saying how Madam Web is horrible. So I immediately thought, as most people on the internet, I thought, well, if he says it's terrible, it must be terrible. So I watched it. And I have to say, he was straight fucking capping. Okay, I thought it was fucking good, okay? So basically, I haven't watched his video yet. I will at the end of this video just to go over everything he says and either agree with, counteract, or anything. I just saw the title and I went in thinking it was bad, but at the same time I thought that he could be underestimating it, capping. I thought he could be capping because I saw the amazing Spider-Man 2 reviews and everyone thought it was garbage. I watched it myself and I personally liked it. I thought they did a lot good for it. I loved the Gwen and Spider-Man scenes. I thought that, for the designs of the characters, it wasn't really that bad, Sure, Electro could have been yellow instead of blue. He could have not looked like an electric eel. All fine opinions, okay? I personally didn't give a fuck. Because it's Spider-Man. Okay, I'm gonna like it no matter what. And thus, I will say that this video is a little bit biased, okay? You can see the Spider-Man bed. I was gonna fucking like this movie either way. So, let's get down into the facts, okay? There's gonna be a little bit of spoilers ahead, okay? So in the beginning of the movie, there was the scene towards where the mother of the character was looking for the spider, okay? And thus, haha, Madam Web. Who would have fucking thought? Anyways, so it starts off with her showing off, and then you can see the main villain in the background, and you can see, we can walk up, talking to the lady, or reveal she was pregnant, okay? Now, at first, I didn't really know that was just in front. I'm like, oh, hey, that's the main character. And then evil man does evil stuff, and the mom dies. And it gives birth to a child. And I was thinking, and later on in the movie, you'll see that she had a real bad disliking of her mother because who the fuck goes into the Amazon as pregnant and then dies, okay? Who fucking does that? What an idiot, right? So, before anyone, really goes on saying that, oh, fucking, why is she mad at her mom, I think that's a good enough reason. She was a foster child going through the fucking horrible-ass New York system during 2000s, okay? So, this movie started off in, 2003 or something like that. I don't know, but it makes sense, okay? The foster system will make you better at your parents, okay? I don't care who the fuck you are, you will get mad at your parents because they left you, or in this case, her mother died in the Amazon while she was pregnant, okay? What the fuck? Okay. But as we can see later on in the movie, we can see the reasons why the mom did it, and thus it makes sense, okay? If people are, getting overly, upset over the character, this character does that, how predictable, or I'm so annoyed at this trope, okay? The teenagers acted like teenagers, okay? If you hate the trope, then we shouldn't have teenagers acting like teenagers. I was a teenager a couple of months ago. I did stupid shit. I would follow them. If they're fucking sitting out in the middle of the woods, hungry as fuck, okay, yeah, sure, yes, they saw someone trying to kill them. It's a fucking, they made perfect sense. They're fucking hungry. They want to go eat. So they go fucking eat. That makes fucking sense. It's in the character. It makes sense. They're a teenager. They do dumb shit, okay? Sure, she was told not to do it. But can you really blame them, okay? So, I will say, though, this is my third point, okay? The movie is not a Spider-Man movie, okay? It's not a big action movie. It is very much street level, okay? For the comic book fans out there, okay? So, before you go and watch the movie yourself, because I really recommend it, form your own opinion, please. Okay, the movie tickets really aren't that expensive. They're $10. Okay, from where I live, and I live in California. Shit's expensive. So, watch it yourself. Have your own opinion. Okay, but I will say, okay, this is not an Avengers Endgame level acting. This is not Avengers Endgame level CGI. That's probably a complaint from most people. I will say the CGI was a little bit janky in certain places, but if you think about it, a lot of it could not be practical effects. Okay, the web thing around Madam Web, when there are certain instances in the beginning where there's like certain CGI stuff, it makes sense. Okay, it's not. I don't think the budget's too high, and even if it was, it's still really hard. And personally, I didn't find it in the beginning very bad. Okay, other people I was with did say that the CGI in the beginning looked a little bit wonky. So if you have that opinion, go ahead. Okay. The CGI that messed with me a little bit was near the end of the actual final battle scene, where Madam Web uses her future sight to her advantage, and she fucking girl boss, go for it. She did a really good job against a Spider-Man level threat. And I will say, it makes sense that someone of this level could in fact be a Spider-Man level guy. Okay, I don't know his actual villain name. They never revealed the villain name. Because I think he wasn't really, I don't know. I don't know if they revealed that. I'd never seen this character before in any form of content. I do not read comic books, okay? I'm sure someone knows his real name and all this shit. I personally haven't seen it. But the CGI in that scene was a little bit wonky, and the way he was defeated looked a little weird. I will say that much. But it's not really that bad if you think about it. I'm currently taking 3D animation classes, and I will say, in most instances, it's really fucking hard to do 3D animation and make it look good, okay? I'm just probably going to say that the dude who was working on this really tried his best, because it looked good, it looked realistic, the physics didn't. And as explained by my teacher, it's really hard to nail down physics, okay? So so please just give the guy some credit, okay? The person working on it probably worked really hard on the graphics, probably couldn't make the physics work. It was really fucking hard to do. I personally could not do that, okay? So thus the example is, please give him a break. It's a really hard scene to do, and not everyone is out here with S tier talent, okay? So the final verdict, okay? The final verdict, I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10, okay? This movie was actually, in my opinion, a really good movie. It did have, I think I want to give it like B tier acting, like a B level. It was not bad. It was not terrible. But there were certain instances where the main villain had some mediocre acting, okay? And I don't think it's, well, I think it's his fault, yeah. Not everyone can be Robert Downey Jr. Not everyone can be someone like Iron Man, or that's the same person. Not everyone can be like really good actors. Not everyone can be, okay? So I don't know this dude. I don't think I've seen him in any movie before. I haven't really seen that many movies. But this is, well, it's because I think he did okay. Okay. I think he was very one-toned. I wouldn't put it past him if he had some trouble, if this was his first movie. I would understand that, okay? I've never seen this dude before, okay? I think he's a new actor, and personally, I would like to see new actors in Spider-Man movies. I don't like to see the same fucking A-class, fucking S-class. I don't want to see Jack Black in every movie kind of thing, okay? The new actor, give him some credit. He pulled off the menacing thing really well. In fact, I think it was part of the acting too, because if you think about it, the way he acted was very manipulative. It was very, like, in the beginning. And I think that he did well for his acting. Because he acted one tone. It was almost like psychotic if you come in with that kind of view, you know, because he was wearing, well, no, he's like, because he could get angry. And when it wasn't benefiting him, he would get angry. And, okay, so I personally think that it could have been on purpose. And in my head, that makes sense, because bad people probably aren't going to be over emotional, okay? He's very serious character, okay? He wanted his shit and he wanted it done now. Okay. What else was there? Okay, so the teenagers, perfect actors. I would love to see them in their superhero acting. Now, I will say, this movie, again, it was not a Spider-Man film. So, what do I mean by that? As in, I asked a dude after the movie was done, because it was very, very empty, okay? Very empty movie theater. No one wanted to watch Madam Web, and that sucks. It's so good. But the one other dude I asked him what he thought was, and he said, it's a 6 out of 10. And I go, why? And he goes, well, it's a very side quest movie. And I go, huh. And I said, that's not a bad thing, though. Because it gives off origin vibes. It's a very much origin movie, okay? This was Madam Web's movie. And Madam Web is not a Spider-Man herself, okay? What she is she is a kind of like a supporting character. And that's what she does throughout the entire movie. She supports. She's a badass girl boss, okay? So, if you haven't watched the movie, I'll put a timestamp here. If you haven't watched the movie, first off, I want to say this. It is not Spider-Man level. Lower your expectations. It is a very much origin story movie, okay? Now, I personally believe you should watch it because I would love to see a Spider-Woman movie. And I think they're going to make it anyways. But at least let them make a good amount of money to actually put a good product out there, okay? Sony didn't put a lot of money in this. I probably will get called out later. But they probably didn't put a lot of money into this because they didn't think it would be that good. And it was. It was an excellent movie for what it was. It was a Madam Web movie, not a Spider-Man movie. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10, okay? I'm going to tag Charlie in this. I'm going to see if I can get a reaction out of him, because I genuinely want him to point this out, okay? Because his opinions are not stated, okay? He's never said this. I have a lot of respect for Charlie and most of his opinions. That's what I took him for granted, thinking Madam Web was going to be shit. And turns out it wasn't. So I'd like him personally to say, or this is what I want, is maybe put a disclaimer at the beginning of the movie, or at the beginning of his videos, something that's saying that like his opinion is not factual, okay? Because I had a good time with Madam Web. It was an awesome movie. In fact, me and my mom, we were laughing in the beginning of it. I don't know why, but like it was just some bullshit, right? But we just had a genuinely good time, belly laugh, because I don't know, it was just good vibes. You know, I got to spend time with my mom watching a really good movie. She herself gave it a 9 out of 10. And my friend Joshua I was going with, he gave it, I think it was like a 7 out of 10, and the dude in the movie theater gave it a 6 out of 10. So overall, varying levels of opinions. So I personally would say give this a watch because I find it a really good movie, and there's a reference to Peter Parker in there. So if you don't want to see it, I recommend seeing it now, because just keep an eye out for it, okay? I'll give you that, okay? So, with that being said, I think I'm done with this video. I just wanted to point this out there. Final verdict, Madam Web is a good movie, okay? It's a really good movie if you give it a chance, because I don't think it was that high of a budget, and if it was, I think they did really well with it, because those 3D artists fucking slapped the best they could, okay? Not everyone is gonna be fucking really good at something, okay? It took a lot of talent, took a lot of hard work, and I think they did a really good job with what they did, okay? They did not expect this movie to be a fucking bombshell. I'm really sure they didn't, because they're using Madam Web. In every single instance I've seen her, she's always been a supporting B-list character, okay? So that's why they didn't really expect this movie to do well. But I think it did really well, and I would really love to see Spider-Woman series. So please, give this a watch, give it your own opinion, and please support Sony in this. I really want to see Spider-Woman. I really want to see maybe even, I know this sounds crazy, but maybe even a Spider-Man and Super Friends fucking movie. That would be fantastic in 2030, okay? With that being said, I loved it. Have a good day. I trying to pull this up. Be good people.